All right, now that I'm recording, it's like an all-star meeting. It's like an all-star Hollywood Squares. That's what I want to say. All right, we are officially letting people in until 9:05, and then we've got a whole agenda. Marty and I spent a whole 3 minutes brainstorming and talking about this. 3 minutes.
Wow, I'm impressed.
We put a lot of effort and energy into this stuff.
And we're going to be done by what time? Because I have a fitness coaching session with Jason.
Margaret, this is all about you. So
yeah,
we're going to end. When you log off, it's over.
Hey, Bill.
Well, yes. Good morning, Marty.
Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody.
All right. It's in the chat. All right, everyone, take a look at the chat. This is the agenda. We're going to have 30-second introductions. Then Marty is going to tell us about how brilliant he is and the 3 rules of marketing.
About that.
Then we're going to have 5 volunteers. And those 5 volunteers are going to get some free advice, which is, you know, there's no free lunch, but there is free advice.
Hey, Jeff.
And then we're going to have additional, since there's another time, now that you know how we're going to run this, we're going to get another 3 volunteers. And then we're going to have some closing remarks about what we're doing here, if we're doing anything differently from those other Zoom calls out there. And then we're going to have breakout rooms if you're interested and if you're available. Obviously, Margaret is not available. Thank you for letting us know. Because she's going to work out with personal trainer.
I empathize with her. I totally get it.
Yes. Yeah. And then that's it. What I'm going to try to do is moderate, but also put together the Google Doc that I never did last time. So I'm going to put together a Google Doc, and I'm going to give everyone the link, and then everyone will fill out their information. If you've ever been on another Zoom call or a networking event, you put in your name, your email address, your website, what you want to promote, etc. So, Marty, I'm going to have you, while I'm setting up the Google Doc, why don't you start and go according to your grid. You're looking at the grid. So you're going to say 3 names. And the first 3 names, they have to get, they have to give their 30 seconds. All right. But you announce the 3 names every time so people can be prepared.
Got it. So we have to be really strict about the time because we have a lot of people on the call today. So this is going to be in these 30 seconds or less. Just say who you are, what you do. That's it. We don't want to hear any sales pitches or any descriptions that are lengthy. Just a very simple explanation of your definition of your service. So we're going to start with Jonathan Kaplan, then Josh Conrad, and then Margaret Enlow.
Morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan Kaplan. I'm the manager of Yachad Gifts. We're a gift basket company that employs individuals with disabilities.
Excellent. Thank you. Josh.
My name is Joshua Conrad, and we run a digital marketing agency in New York called JC Surge, and we work with local businesses to get them more traffic online.
Excellent. Margaret Enlow.
Morning, everybody. My name is Margaret Enlow, and I am an executive coach and also life coach, and I help people get unstuck.
Excellent. Next, we'll have Brian, Jennifer, and Stellario.
Hi, I'm Brian Hunn. I am an advertising creative director, copywriter, does just about every type of advertising.
Jennifer.
I'm Jennifer Mirsky, and I'm a content creator.
Stellario.
I am Stellario D'Urso, and I run a marketing consultancy firm specializing in aiding European companies wanting to establish a presence in the United States.
Excellent. Welcome, Stellario.
Thank
Next is DC, then Manuela, and then Rupal. DC,
hi,
you're up.
DC Durgam. I'm a real estate coach.
Excellent.
Good morning. This is Manuela Senatore. I'm a video maker at Skilla Productions. We make compelling content for businesses.
Rupal.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I'm a new business owner. I'm a technical writer specializing with ethics programs, compliance programs, and regulatory reviews. Thank
Interesting.
you.
Next is Noah Goldberg, and then Michael Ritz, and then Audrey Schwartz.
Hi, everybody. My name is Noah. I'm a business development manager at a co-working company by the name of Kettle Space in New York City.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Michael?
I'm Michael Ritz with Lennox Advisors. We're a premier wealth and insurance advisory firm. We work in financial planning, asset management, risk management, and corporate benefits.
Audrey?
Hi, I'm Audrey Schwartz. I'm a financial advisor, and I focus on retirement planning for people from all ages.
Patty?
Hi, I'm Patty Caballero. I am a PR and communications executive. I help mid-sized companies address communications issues holding them back from growing.
Excellent. Jake from Small Biz
Makeover.
Okay, Makeover.
As opposed to Jake from State Farm. I just need to clarify that. And what I do is I fix up crappy looking websites. I fix them.
Good. Seth Weinberg, then Jeff Bowden, and then Avi Levine.
Seth Weinberg of Weinberg, Zara, Malkin, Price. I am a corporate and transactional lawyer with a specialty in food and beverage, which is a subject I teach at Columbia Law School.
Jeff.
I'm Jeff Boudin with Corporate Challenge. I create and produce corporate events and retreats that match clients with their prospects.
And next is Avi.
Hi, good morning. I'm Avi Levine. I'm also a financial planner. I'm with Prudential Advisors, and we specialize in retirement planning and insurance planning.
Next is Christina, and then Bill.
Hi, I'm Christina. My company is Christina Lucia Teddy Bears. My company is Sensory Toys. I am, sorry, I'm a little off key. If you're looking for a smile, my Loveys and Teddy Bears are ready to meet the needs of your loved ones.
Good. And last is Bill.
Hi, I'm Bill Schweber. I'm an IT data forensic specialist, usually specializing in major litigation. But with the courts closed, some of my clients who are forensic accountants are giving me a lot of business on, guess what? Restructuring. I think that's going to keep me busy for the next couple of years until the litigation.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Welcome.
You're welcome. So I'm glad we all had a chance to meet. And as Raphi explained, after the session, there's 20 minutes. We can all sort of spend some time informally with each other.
Hey, Marty, I have a great idea. Why don't you introduce yourself and I'll introduce myself, because some people don't know who we are.
Oh, that's a good idea. So my name is Marty Katz, and I'm the founder of Connectors 360. I am a marketing consultant. I specialize in branding and messaging. And I work with leaders of small to mid-sized companies to help them grow their sales.
And I'm Raphi Salem. I'm completely unprepared for this 30-second introduction, because I've been, on my other screen, I've been setting up the Google Doc, which I'm going to share in the chat in another minute. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been in business since 1997. I build online websites and communities. I'm not a web developer like Jake. Jake and I are partners. We've worked together on many different things, as well as Jennifer. But my main specialty these days is reputation management. The problem is that companies, executives, and professionals aren't being represented fairly online because Google has a very different agenda than you do. So I'll tell you more about that some other time.
Great, thanks so much, Raphi. So let me just sort of lay out what we're looking at here for this next few minutes. So this is a workshop, and so we have, let's see how many people we have. 21 people on the call.
21, blackjack.
Blackjack. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what the workshop is like, and then we need some volunteers. Not everybody needs to volunteer, nor is there time for everyone to do it. So some people are familiar with this work because they've worked with me professionally in the past. and some are brand new. So you can just raise your hand, and Raphi will pick the people who want to volunteer.
Marty, by the way, we are awesome. It's only 9:13 and we're on schedule.
We are awesome in many important ways. So
I'm just letting you know how awesome we are.
Okay, good. I'm so glad to hear that from us. So this workshop is a chance for everybody to refine the way they present themselves. And this would be in personal one-on-one communications as well as online communications. It's really the foundation of one's communications. It's the cornerstone upon which everything else is built. This is the strategy. And then things like content and digital marketing, all those things would follow. But it's based on understanding the principles of the most important thing that's important that you use in your communications. And what we're going to do today is just really the beginning. In my own work, there are 8 steps that are involved in developing the best brand or the best messaging. And so today we're going to just do the first part, because in order to get to the second part, you have to get the first part finished. So it starts with the understanding of the 3 rules of marketing. The 3 rules are, the first one is nobody cares about you.
What?
Nobody cares about you.
Well, Marty, explain what that means.
Well, what that means is that
my mother cares about me.
Professionally, people don't care about you or your services. They have their own problems. They have their own lives. They have their own struggles.
Marty, don't people wake up every day and say, gee, I need a guy or a woman to help me with my business?
They would probably wake up in the morning and say, my sales are sagging, or my employees don't like me, or I'm confused about how to proceed with my professional life.
So they're not thinking about me the first thing that they wake up in the morning?
They're not thinking, where's Raphi and his digital outreach programs? Nobody's thinking about that. So nobody cares about you. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it is sad, but it's true. The second thing is they would only remember the problem you solve. Typically, we like to tell people about what we do and what we've done and how we've done it, for whom we've done it, our credentials, our achievements. They don't care about that. They only want to know the problem that you solve. And the problem that you solve is resonant with them. It's not about you. So it's the problem that you solve that they have. So I could say, I'm a real estate lawyer. And I passed the bar in 3 states, and I was on the Yale Law Review, and I can tell you all that stuff. And that's not really interesting. But if I say, I'm a lawyer and I help first-time home buyers find the home that they need because they're looking for a place to live for their families, that's something people can remember. Oh, this person specializes in something that relates to me as a first-time home buyer. And the third rule of marketing is they will not do the work to figure it out. What that means is that if you tell them all the stuff about yourself, they have to sift through that and see what relates to them, what doesn't relate to them, and they're not going to do that because people will not spend that time. Any questions so far before we move ahead?
I have a question, Marty. How did you come up with these 3 things?
I came up with these things through many years in advertising, marketing, promotion, public relations, investor relations, a whole series of business disciplines that relate to marketing. And that's how I came to this idea.
Okay, so we're gonna take 5 people. Some of you have been through this exercise and you have been great at it. So the question is, do you want to go again, or do we want to get some new people? And I don't even know how to click that raise your hand on the.
Yeah, at the bottom it says reaction. See that reaction?
Oh, it's under reaction. So
you see it says yeah.
If you'd like to be mortified.
No, sorry. Actually, I think it's under participants, maybe.
Well,
no, I have it under.
You're number 1. Marty, you can't put up your hand.
I know, I'm demonstrating it. If you go to reactions, there's either a thumbs up or hands clapping.
So we've got the J's to start. We're going to start with Jonathan, then Jake from Small Biz Makeover. I need 3 more about Noah Goldberg, number 3. Margaret, is that a thumbs up or is that you're in? Yeah, okay. Margaret's number 4, and then Seth Weinberg.
I'll do it.
All right, and then Seth Weinberg, number 5.
But I'll cede to Rupal if Rupal wants to go.
It's RuPaul.
All right.
What is it, Rupal?
It's Rupal. It's like Ruby and Opal together.
Okay.
Okay. So do you remember the order? Because I don't. So it was Jonathan, then Jake, then Noah, then Margaret, and then Seth.
Okay, so let me just say that I'm very passionate about this, and we don't have a lot of time, so I may cut you off, and it's not because I'm being rude. It's just that I want everyone to get a shot. So I've been told by people like Raphi that I'm harsh and so forth, but it doesn't matter because I want you to get some value. So that's how I am.
All right.
It's all out of a devotion.
We're on the clock. I'm looking at the clock, and we're getting 4 minutes, 5 people. That's 20 minutes.
So Jonathan,
and I want people to do 2 things. Number 1, I want you to pay strict attention because Jonathan's about to get mortified. I also want you to take a look at the Google Doc and just fill out your name and your LinkedIn to start, but try to focus on what's happening in the workshop. It's 9:19 exactly, and on your mark, get set, Marty.
So Jonathan, just tell us the problem you solve and for whom. You can start out by saying the for whom if you wish first, and then the problem that you solve.
So we provide beautiful gift baskets for everyone in the country who needs to send gifts. What's different about our business?
Stop. That's a solution.
The issue that people have is they need to send baskets to their clients, to their vendors, to their employees. That's the problem, and that's what we solve. We provide those baskets.
Why do they need to send those gifts?
To thank people. I think it's very important through every medium to thank people. Employees appreciation, vendors.
All right, okay. So who are these people? Are these like purchasing agents? Who are your clients?
A big mix. Some are purchasing agents. Some are small business owners. Some are salespeople. Really depends.
So it would be like the 80-20 rule. Could you say mostly small to mid-sized business owners, perhaps?
Yes, I would say that.
So my name is Jonathan, and I'm the president of, I forgot the name, and I work with leaders of small to mid-sized firms. The problem that they have is they want to express their thanks to their clients or their suppliers. Now, why is it? So what's preventing them from doing what they need to do that?
They need to find a good company to work with that will make it easy for them.
Well, they don't. I would say something like that. Perhaps they don't have they don't have the best resource. They don't have the time. They don't have the knowledge base to make the best recommendation. Something like that. And how does it leave them feeling as a result?
I think they feel more at ease when they work with us, and we just get it.
No, not about you. Remember, it's not about you. So how do they feel about the fact that they want to thank people? They don't really know how to do it properly. It leaves them feeling
frustrated.
Yeah, frustrated. Good. That's it. So remember, everything you said is only about them. And after that, you can come in with your solution. You can talk all about yourself. But the first thing is, if you want to engage me, you have to talk about me exclusively and not mention anything about you. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
Who is next, Raphi?
I believe we have
Jake.
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 Hey, Marty.
Hi.
Okay, I'm going to dive in.
Please.
Here we go. I'm Jake Schwartz from Small Biz Makeover Website Design, and what I do is I help small business owners convert a higher percentage of your prospects into actual clients.
Time. That's a solution, and it's only about you. Remember, another way to take a look at the 3 rules of marketing. Another way to think about it is the first rule of marketing is it's not about you. The second rule of marketing is it's never about you. You have to take yourself out of this dialogue completely. People like Josh and Jennifer know about this. So Jake, start again. So I'm a small business owner. What is my problem? What is my problem?
So if you're a small business owner and you don't have enough projects on your plate right now, and you're struggling to make ends meet, you need a website that will
No, you don't.
convert.
That's about you. No. There's no conversation about you at all. Ever at this point, Jake. No.
Okay. Let's try it again.
My name is Jake. I'm the president of Small Business Makeovers. And I work with small to mid-sized business owners. The problem they have is they're just not getting the sales that they want. And the reason is they're spending money on their website and digital marketing, and they can't connect with their target audience. This leaves them feeling frustrated. How does that sound?
I like it a lot, Marty.
You're welcome.
Can I use it?
You should. Who's next?
Am I next? I'm after Joshua.
I'm next.
Oh, Josh. Josh is a brand. Go on, Josh.
No, I was next.
No.
I didn't know.
Actually,
I'm
Noah,
next.
right? Noah.
Yeah.
I'm next.
Noah Goldberg.
Yes.
Goldberg.
Noah.
So my name's Noah Goldberg. I work for Kettle Space, which is predominantly a physical business, but due to COVID-19, we've been trying to develop this new virtual service.
No. We don't skip all that stuff.
Skip all that. Okay,
Just
to get
tell
to the
me
point.
what is Kettle Space. It's tell just a very short statement and then get into the problem you solve for whom. No stories.
Okay. Kettle Space is a co-working space. And
Okay,
right
that's perfect.
Okay.
It's a co-work. I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care about you. Remember?
Yeah. Okay, so right now we're trying to collect feedback, trying to develop a virtual service and collect as much feedback and absorb as much as so that we can create a relevant service that'll act as a place to trade expertise, act as a place to socialize.
Why do I care about that as a prospect? I don't care about that.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out is what people care about. So we're looking to collect the feedback.
My name is Noah Goldberg, and I'm the sales director for Kettle Space. Kettle Space is a co-working business, and we work with small to mid-sized business owners. And the problem they have is they can't find affordable real estate for their businesses. And it's because the prices are astronomical and the spaces are too small. This leaves them feeling desperate.
Is that true, Noah?
I made that up.
Fair enough. But what we're focusing on right now is the virtual service. So that's what we need advice on.
Well, okay. I mean, it still applies. I mean, people, it's still the same thing. We have, the same principles apply, Noah.
Maybe, Marty, isn't it just that the problem they have is that they need a way to meet?
Well, you mean the employees?
Period. They need a way to meet, whether it's physical or virtual. They need a.
I'd go for that. They need a place where they can work together.
Yeah.
So remember, that's all about them. I don't care about your surveys or your intelligence that you're gathering. No difference. What Jennifer said is good. Next. Who's next? Raphi.
Oh, then we had Margaret and then
Margaret.
Seth.
I am Mark Benlow. I'm an executive coach, and I work with a lot of lawyers. The problem they have is they're working very hard, especially during the pandemic. They don't feel fulfilled. They have terrible work-life balance, and as a result of that, they are feeling very stuck.
2 thumbs up.
Woohoo!
Next.
Oh, wait a second. Margaret, you've done this before.
Yes, of course. You did it with me.
That's not fair.
Who's next?
Every time, Raphi.
Next.
My name is it me? Raphi, am I up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seth, you're up.
Thanks. Okay. My name is Seth Weinberg. I'm a corporate and transactional lawyer. Small to medium-sized businesses going through changes, especially during these difficult times, need quality legal advice at reasonable rates in order to protect themselves as well as to maximize their opportunities.
Conversation. This is a big conversation. I don't care about that. It's all about you. What's the problem you solve?
People who have changes in their businesses, who need advice in terms of how to structure it and how to work around it, around existing regulatory frameworks.
Well, is it that these are these mid to large size firms, Seth?
No, as I said, small to medium sized businesses.
So these are small to mid-sized businesses. The problem they have is that would you say something like their businesses are going through enormous changes, and they don't know how to structure their businesses for performance.
It's not always the enormous changes. Very often it's the smallest changes.
Okay, any
changes that cause the greatest problems.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So the problem is that I work with the owners of small to mid-sized firms. The problem they have is there are a lot of changes going on in their businesses, which are disrupting the business, and they don't really know how to handle it. So this makes them feel confused about how to go forward.
That's about half of it, and the other half is the changes they incur voluntarily.
Okay, see that's a definition, Seth, that's internal for you. See, they don't know that. You know that. Like I know with people, they talk too much about themselves. They don't talk about the problem they solve. So I don't say that to people right away because it's downstream. So there are changes that people are facing. Managers are facing changes, whether they're external or internal. At this juncture, makes no difference. You will get to that if you get me to be interested. Yes. Oh my gosh, I have all these technical problems and I'm getting sued by former employees. Whatever's going on.
Not what we do.
I know, but I'm just giving you an example. It's not about you. It's right. Seth. It is never ever about
you. Of course.
Who's next?
That's it.
Who's next?
That's it. We're speeding along.
Okay,
we're
so
speeding along.
Wait,
time out though, because I'm a newbie at this. Can everyone please go into the Google Doc and see if you can, if it's still view only or if it's editable? So I tried it like 3 times.
Could I respond to one question here that it's in the chat from Seth?
Yes.
It's editable.
Seth? So
okay.
The question was, what is the third rule? Is they won't do the work to figure it out. There's so many comments.
All right. So that's basically a speed round with a bunch of guinea pigs. That, by the way, if you're all laughing, the reason why I'm bald is because I have ripped my hair out by Marty yelling at me and screaming at me and telling me that I'm doing it all wrong. So don't take it personally. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Jeff,
what's going on?
Jeff is screen sharing.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
Sorry.
That's all right. Stop sharing, please.
What do I do now?
Hit the unshare button at the top.
Yeah, at the top you'll see something about like share and settings and stuff. You can just stop.
It's wow. It should just say green unshare.
Stop sharing.
I will log off and log back on.
Okay, we'll miss you.
Come back, Jeff. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, this is great. We're getting to know a lot about you, Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff, you gotta stop sharing before you show us something inappropriate.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Okay. Woo! By the way, that's never happened before. Hey,
I don't. Go on.
I would think that as the moderator, as the host, people wouldn't be able to do that, but I don't know. Okay. So now that you understand all how the workshop works, now for the other 10 to 15 people on the call, like Michael Ritz, you got beaten up a few weeks ago, or now it's been a few months ago. So do you want to take a crack at it? And how about anyone else? We need 3 more volunteers. Anyone?
Rupal, you should go.
All right, Christina, you're 1. Who's next? Who's next after Christina? 2 more. All right, Audrey, you're number 2, and Avi, you're number 3. And if anyone and if we have time, we could do a couple more. But I also wanted to be very conscious of time, as well as if we're interested in getting into the breakout rooms and getting to know people a little better. So. So Christina, Audrey, and Avi. Remember, the problem you solve, and for whom. It seems very easy, but being yelled at by Marty is just, it doesn't make you feel good. So good luck.
All right, who's
Christina,
next?
you're up.
Christina.
We all love to get mortified.
Okay, ready to go. Hi, Marty. My company is Christina Lucia Teddy Bears. The problem that I solve is you're a grandparent, you're a parent, you're an aunt and uncle. You're looking for a unique gift that will satisfy your child's needs, make them smile, entertain them. That is what I solve. I provide a toy that fulfills your child's love language.
So what is the problem that the grandparent has?
Their grandchild has everything. And
This is only for very rich people then. This is only for super rich people.
They're looking for the gift that that child is going to love. They're looking for that recognition from their grandchild. They're like, this is what they hold. This is the recognition of that love from the grandparent.
I would say that the problem is that they want to express their love for their family members. But the problem that the grandparents have is they want to express their love for their family. And the reason that they're not getting what they want is they can't find a way that is unique to them that really makes the difference that they want to make. And this leaves them feeling sad. So this is all about them. It's not about your solution.
Yes.
How does that sound?
And by the way, it's not for super rich people. You both didn't address that. It's not for super rich people.
Well, she said it's for people who have everything. That's what she said.
Well, what I meant is because in this day and age, I feel like children have access to so much between technology and YouTube and whatnot, and it's so hard to grasp attention sometimes. So that's more what I was referring to, not so much physical things, but just there's so much stimulus nowadays.
Well, that's a sort of related subject, but personally, I would not say it's for people that have everything, because that makes it sound like it's only for very rich people. I would drop that out.
All right. There.
Next.
Okay, I'm nervous.
Who was that?
Audrey.
Oh, Audrey.
Yeah, hi. Okay, I'm Audrey Schwartz. I am a financial advisor with Mass Mutual, New Jersey, NYC. If you're like most professional people, your concerns revolve around retirement. How much should you set aside each year? When should you retire? How should I access it? We help people answer those questions.
This is a long list that I've heard from every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your space.
By the way, there are at least 3 financial planners on the call.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm nervous.
All say the same thing. Audrey?
So how do I differentiate myself?
No, before you talk about how you differentiate yourself, the first thing you need to do is talk about the problem that, first of all, who are your clients? Are they younger people, middle-aged people?
Middle-aged, mainly.
Okay. Men and women both?
Right.
Family members, it's usually families?
Yes.
Okay. So now we know it's middle-aged people with families. Okay, so what is their problem? Their problem.
Well, their problem is making sure they have enough. Well, right now they have problems making sure they could protect their retirement because.
That's your solution.
Oh, their problem is worried. Okay. No.
The problem is that they have not planned for their future.
Okay.
And the reason is that they're so distracted from all their work activities and family activities that they haven't spent the time necessary to plan for what they need to do. This leaves them feeling very anxious about themselves and their families.
Okay.
How does that sound?
That sounds good. So basically, I would say I'm Audrey Schwartz. I'm a financial advisor. Many people haven't had time.
I work with
people who haven't had time to plan for their retirement because they've been so distracted by their work and their families.
And how does this leave them feeling?
And this leaves them feeling very anxious and concerned about their future.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but yes, that's correct. That's a lot more about, it's not all about me. So you didn't mention one word about you, so I'm already thrilled.
Okay, okay, thank you.
We all have time. We all have time to come in with our solutions, but you have to first engage me so I can really get that you get me.
Okay, that's great. Okay.
So who is next? Raphi?
So it'll be interesting, but before Avi starts, if he has a different problem that he solves and for whom.
Avi, let's hear it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got a nice cheat sheet from the last one, but
Because you already heard this.
yes. So I'm Avi Levine. I'm also a financial advisor with Prudential Advisors. I work with small business owners, and the problem that they have is they're very competent and experts in their own fields, but they don't have the time or energy to keep up to date with everything that's going on in the stock market and with their own financial plans, which leaves them feeling unorganized and frustrated.
Well, I think you got some of that right. I think these small to mid-sized business owners, what is it that they're facing? They wake up in the morning, and is it that they don't have a succession plan? They don't have long-term plans for themselves and their team members or their business? Beat that up a little bit, because you have the beginning is good and the end is good. The middle we need to work on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what is it?
So I'm trying to organize my thoughts here. So yeah, I mean, I'm gearing towards just a general financial plan for themselves. So how much money to save and how to invest it, and getting organized with their retirement.
No, I mean that's sort of a generic kind of solution thing. I think it's something like the problem they have is they don't have a long-term plan for the financial stability of their firms and the long-term exit strategy, perhaps for themselves. And the reason is that they're overwhelmed by the choices that they have to face, and they shrink away from making choices because they're confused. I think it's something like that. Don't you think?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Good.
All right.
Good. Who's next?
Those are the three.
We have time. It's only 9:40. Anybody else want to volunteer?
So two things. Number one is because we're awesome and because we're on time and we're doing this speed round, we can open it up to a few more people. If anyone else is interested, there's no pressure here. So you can raise your hand if you want to. But I need personal help because I don't see the click. I don't see where to click breakout rooms. Does anyone? Is anyone here a Zoom expert?
Who's the host of the meeting? Who's got the?
I or Marty?
No, Raphi.
Unless it was Jeffrey that was the host.
Because whoever has the host will have a button on the bottom where reactions in the chat and participants are. It says breakout. And when you click that, it automatically sorts everybody into breakout rooms. And you can move people around into different breakouts if you want. But whoever has that breakout button has to hit that.
Marty, you must have it.
I don't have any such thing.
Ethan, you have to load that as a host beforehand in order to have the button at the bottom. So you probably haven't gone into your profile section of LinkedIn, of Zoom to create, to basically turn that switch on. If you don't see it at the bottom, that's what you need to go out to.
Okay, I have to
do it once the call has started. That's the problem.
Yeah, all right.
It's in the profile section?
It's in the profile section, yeah.
All right, so this call.
Scroll down, Marty.
We are not, we're not going to be able to do that because we already started the call.
Well, I may be wrong. You may be able to do it retroactively. Marty, did you find it?
I don't know if you can do it retroactively. I mean, try it,
Even though that I initiated it, but Rafi's the host?
Whoever the host is the one who should have it. Well,
okay, that's Raphi then.
You could transfer the host back to Marty.
Back to you, yeah. Why don't you, Marty, go in and change?
Marty, you are the host.
The host back to you.
Marty, you're the host.
Okay. I'll try. Talk amongst yourselves while I do this, please. Or let Raphi lead this while I see if I will.
Okay, I'm changing the host to Marty Katz is the host now.
Wait a minute now. There's a lot going on here.
Right.
We want to see you struggle, Marty, after you make us struggle.
Yeah. Well, you succeeded.
What is that called? The opposite of mortified. It's like getting a taste of his own medicine.
You've got to slow it down quite a bit.
Tell you what we're going to do. We are not going to we're not going to do the breakout rooms this time. So I apologize for, I know you all had your hopes built up on these breakout rooms to get to know someone a little better. But the good news is that I figured out how to make the Google Doc shareable. And we have 15 people out of the 21 that have already put in their information. So all of you have been to Zoom calls before and networking groups before, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So what I would say is that you should definitely connect with the other people on the call through LinkedIn. That's number one. Check out, except for financial services, which I haven't really been able to figure out whether there is the potential for collaboration. Other industries, of which there are many, can collaborate on many different things. You know, I met Jake Schwartz at a networking event, at a cocktail event, and he's like, I'm a web designer. I'm like, I'm sort of a web designer, but let's work together. And then I just gave him my web design work. So networking works, collaboration works, and I encourage you to connect with other people and try to collaborate with other people. Next order of business. Well, Marty, you're still struggling, huh?
Yeah.
The look on your face, by the way, this is all being recorded. So the look on your face is classic. It's like,
I just figured out what Margaret suggested. So you have to, for me, I went online to zoom.us, signed in.
Oh, breakout room. I think I found it.
Breakout room and just toggle it on.
I just did it.
All right.
Awesome.
And Raphi, you should do it. Well.
Oh, yeah, I just found it. How do you write it? It's close to the bottom. I just did it.
Okay.
Okay, so now what happens?
All right. So now, do you see that you can? By the way, I'm resending the Google Doc. Jeff asked. So please make sure that you can get in. So there are 20 people on the call. I find it really helpful. I've been in a number of Zoom calls where you get 2 minutes to meet other people and you get 4 minutes to meet other people. I am happy to, you have a hard stop at 10. That's totally fine because it is 9:46. I would say, let's take 5 minutes. We'll break it up into 4 breakout rooms for 5 minutes and then we'll rejoin. Can you do that, Marty? Can you give me the host? Make me the host and then I'll see if I can do it.
Because it breaks up on an automatic basis if you hit that automatic button.
Yeah. I just did. I just made Raphi the host.
Okay, but I don't see, that button did not.
No, you don't have the button. Marty has the button,
Marty,
so he's got to do it.
Yeah.
Marty, you take it back and you take it back and then you see chat rooms, right? You have the chat room at the bottom.
Chat function?
Yeah, at the bottom, it says chat rooms. At the bottom of your screen, do you see something that says chat rooms?
He's being mortified.
No. Chat, yes.
Yeah, okay, so hit that button.
I just did.
Okay, and then you'll see number of rooms that you want to create and hit the number. You want to maybe hit 5.
4 rooms.
5 rooms will make 4 in each room.
The math works. 4 or 5 rooms.
And then make sure the automatic button is checked. It's probably checked already.
Does that open up chat rooms or breakout rooms? Because you have to do that for
breakout rooms.
Yeah. That's important because the breakout. Yeah.
Don't
the breakout rooms.
By the way, I'm looking at everyone. I'm in the grid view. I'm looking at Manuela and Christina, and the looks on your faces are like, this is the best Zoom call I've ever been on before. So I want to thank.
It's really awesome.
For entertaining us.
Do I do this?
Marty, you see breakout rooms at the bottom. There's an icon that says breakout rooms. Do you see that?
You know, one other idea, Marty, if you want to share your screen.
I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Jeff, I feel like we're on a commercial also. I'm actually selling this recording.
No, don't do that.
Before we do that, has anybody ever been in the breakout room so you know what will happen when we actually hit the button?
Yes, they're wonderful.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Just warn everybody what happens.
It's just a smaller
Happens.
group where you
Never
can
done it.
actually meet each other and not be mortified. But Marty, Marty, you're totally failing on all counts.
It could be sent to Zoom support to just show that they need to be more user-friendly, you know, it's not user-friendly enough.
It might have needed to be initiated before the call. That's what I'm coming up.
I did what I was supposed to do, but I click on chat and I just see all of you. I don't see any.
No. Click on Breakout Rooms.
Check
I
out.
don't have that. I don't see that.
And,
All right.
and you're the host?
Share his screen.
This is fantastic. This is exactly the way I wanted to end this call.
Okay, you know what? I think we should make Raphi happy, and I'm going to take a selfie of everyone smiling.
Yes.
Since we're all in
So
such a good mood. Hold on.
everybody say
Give me 1
cheese.
second. Okay. What?
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Perfect. So
Jeff, you're so right. It said we feel like we're on the Progressive Insurance commercial. That's so true.
definitely. So the good news is that we got the Google Doc up. Hey, look, it's not like we ever did this before, but
It's a learning experience.
it's a learning experience for Marty, certainly. Marty and I are going to talk. By the way, Marty and I are going to talk about this after you all leave.
You're going to have words.
To be mortified is one thing.
I did it. I was supposed to do.
Just at the wrong time.
Thanks, Margaret. That's
okay.
Very supportive.
So,
Very
in
supportive.
conclusion, I just wanted to make a number of announcements.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, thank you all for joining us. We do this work. We've been doing this workshop, had been doing this workshop live, IRL, in real life, at our WeWork on 42nd Street. I started up networking groups back in the year 2000 or even before. I now belong to a BNI. I belonged to a BNI back then. Avi Levine is the president of his BNI. So there are a number of people in BNI. If you don't know what BNI is, it's Business Network International. My BNI meeting meets on Wednesday mornings for general networking. If you'd like to be a part of my BNI group, I'll send you an invite. Avi, you want to unmute yourself? You're still meeting on Fridays over Zoom?
Sure. Yeah, we're still meeting every Friday morning on Zoom. There's about 18 regulars and some visitors every week. So if anybody wants to visit us, let me know. I'm happy to send you the link as well.
Yeah, so there are a number of these Zoom calls that I recommend. Number one is Joe Applebaum, if you haven't heard of him, of Ajax Union and Evergreen. Fantastic mod. He really has his act together, not like Marty and I, but we're getting there. We're getting there. That's number one.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I just saw a webinar he gave yesterday with the Small Business University. Pretty impressive stuff about how to utilize LinkedIn at best.
Yes, he is a master of his craft, and I highly recommend that. Number two is Tuesday mornings, BNI chapter 12 meets. That's my old chapter. Wednesday mornings, my BNI chapter 1 meet. Jennifer or Margaret, do you want to put our URL into the chat room?
I'll do it right now.
So Thursday morning. So we've been doing this once a month, but I am thinking about doing it twice a month. I don't want to go weekly. That is too much for me. But I am definitely going to make up another one, and that means that the next time we'll be meeting is May 28th. So it's going to be the second and fourth Thursday of every month. Now, the difference between our Zoom group and everyone else's is that I think Marty and I are a lot funnier than other people. I think we're more entertaining.
I think we deliver a value you won't find elsewhere. Because
definitely,
this is I attend networking groups when I'm not thumping around with trying to figure out how this Zoom thing works. Thanks, Margaret. So I attend networking groups. I have something at the Penn Club in olden days when I used to run a group there. The reason I came to this, and then Raphi and I came to this, is that at so many organizations, people sit around and say the same thing over and over about themselves. And so this is a way to actually break through that and actually find a way to connect with people so they'll remember you. So now I know about Audrey. I have a very good idea about Audrey, what she does. And the woman with the expensive, touchy, what's her name?
Christina.
Are you still here, Christina? Christina, now I get it. So I am a grandparent, and my wife and I do have that struggle about we want to always express our love uniquely. So I have a good idea, and I get it. So you didn't talk about yourself because I didn't want to hear about that, but I remember the problem you solved, which is one that I had. He's 7 years old. So that's how we come to this. And I just want to say that if anybody's interested in engaging a further conversation with me, I'm happy to do so. My own process has 8 different steps, but I'm very happy at this particular time to give away my first step of this process of developing a brand or a message for no charge if you're interested in speaking with me. So
and can I put in a quick plug?
Yes, please.
Yes, but then I need to close it out because we got 5 minutes left.
Okay, so I'll be super quick. I've worked with Marty. He was extremely helpful and wonderful and life-changing. And second of all, in his defense with the Zoom thing, the rule of thumb is whoever is at the controls with the computer cannot find the button. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. So you get a pass.
So
thank you.
All right. So the last shout out I want to give is to Noah Goldberg. Noah, thank you for joining us from Kettlespace. So Kettlespace is trying to, Kettlespace had an amazing business plan before COVID-19 hit New York and hit the world, because they were Marty and I are in a WeWork, and we pay a lot of money to be at that WeWork. Kettlespace solved the problem of expensive real estate in New York. And for $100 a month, Noah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, $100 a month, you have access to all locations.
You have access to all locations. It's a brilliant no-brainer up until a national pandemic, a global pandemic hits you. So they're trying to figure things out. So I know the chief marketing officer of Kettlespace, and he's like, with all these Zoom calls, Kettlespace can help. So they can help promote your BNI, they can help promote your service. It's really a great service. I recommend everyone to sign up at kettlespace.com. Noah, I don't know if you filled out the Google sheet, but definitely put that in. So Kettlespace is really an incredible community that I'm highly recommending everyone join. The last thing is that I added in cell M in the Google Doc, I added a notes section. Why don't you, everyone that said they're in BNI Chapter 8, 12, 1, 34, etc., why don't you put your BNI or your other networking groups that you recommend, or maybe what I'll do is I'll put that in notes, and I would say other networking groups you recommend. Because I think that there are a lot of great groups out there. Some people do stuff better than others. I think we are the best at helping you with your brand and messaging, and I can't talk and type at the same time. So I encourage you to go into Google Doc. And Patty, you've got to run. Thank you very much. And we're going to do this again, like I said, in 2 weeks. And I would encourage you to definitely meet with other people one-on-one instead, since we didn't have the breakout rooms. But we'll definitely have this together May 28th. Marty, final words?
Yeah, I think Jennifer's right. The person who's supposed to be on the spot and trying to find the button can't find the button. I think that's a new rule.
Yes.
So anyway, I'm delighted that you're all here. I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate that you're willing to wither my fast-paced trampling of the way that you communicate with each other. But I think that some people really get it. I think Josh is an example.
Are you guys raising your hands, or are you just waving hello or goodbye?
Clapping.
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 Oh.
We're saying thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we have time for Josh to talk for 1 minute about our work together.
Go.
Yes. So I've worked with Marty in the past, and he helped me with my brand message. Kind of when I first started my business, was kind of weak, and I was a bit anxious about presenting myself. in front of people, and Marty really helped me out. And I still use his message everywhere. I've made some slight modifications to it, but it's still like the same rules that he's taught me. Like they've stuck in my head every single day that I do my work, which is like working with business owners and helping them. I've kind of used a little bit of Marty's like technique. Obviously I can't replicate the way he trains people, but like the message, that the structure, I've used that with other of my clients who also have very weak messages, and like developing that. And it's kind of like, it's really helped me out, and it's really just, you know, a lot of credit to him for that.
Thank you very much.
Very nice testimonial. On that note, I think that's a great note to end. I look forward to being in touch with everyone here. I wanted to thank everyone. Thank you, Marty, for being my partner, not in crime, my partner in good things.
And also, I'll get the breakout things straightened out. I'm sure that Raphi's going to be like all over me like a cheap suit today. But I definitely would get that figured out. Thanks, Margaret.
And did you guys see my note in the chat? So if you want to save the chat, just go to the 3 dots at the bottom of the chat if you're not on an iPad.
Oh.
And you can click that and it will save chat.
Where does it save it to?
Where does it save it?
That's a great question. Somewhere to your computer.
Yeah, you can just click on, once you save it, it shows in folder.
Finder, it says.
It's in like a Zoom document.
Right. I'll also have it afterwards. This is going to be recorded, and it's going to be put up live on YouTube and our website.
But can't you edit out the part where I was like, can't you edit that part?
Don't have those skills. We have no video.
Manuela could do it.
I have those
Manuela
skills.
could do it.
I have those skills.
That is going to reduce by 30%.
I don't know. Manuela, as a video production person, I think that's beyond anyone's capability to.
No, she knows how to
edit
do
out, Marty. I don't think so.
I can totally do it.
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
She just said she can do it.
I don't know.
No more.
I don't know. It's very questionable. Very
You
questionable.
gotta sort it out between you two. It might be an You know, people need entertainment these days.
It's gonna go viral. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, Jennifer! Oh no!
All right, I'm officially. It's 10 o'clock. I'm officially ending this Zoom meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day.
Have a great day, week, month, etc.
Bye, Rupert.